Hi people, welcome back to our next video. Alright guys, so today I just want to show you guys a new AMD driver that they released. They released it on March 6, 2025, and it comes with, drumroll please, AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2.1, right? So this is an updated version of AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2. Alright, so right now I'm currently on the stock driver from Lenovo, and a lot of issues with some games, but some games it works fine. But with this new driver that AMD released, it should be compatible with most games, and you should get a better experience with playing most games, right? So I'm going to show you guys how to install it on your device, how to get it up and running, and also give you some gameplay to show you how it's going and if it's any better than the regular AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2, right? So let me get into it real quick, guys, and show you what's going on. I know you guys seen my other videos. They did this a couple times, but for all my people that's not trying to go back and forth between different videos, I'm gonna put everything in one video so you guys know how to install it, right? All right, so first things first, I need you to go to, the link will be down in the comment section down below, so you can download it instead of you going searching up for it. So I'm gonna need you guys to download the driver. You come here, this right here, hit this download. I already downloaded, so I'm not gonna do it again. Then I need you guys to go to this website as well to download DDU, right? So you would come back and go back one step. You would come here, the link would bring you right here, and just hit mirror USA, whatever country you're in, and it should automatically start download just like that. When you download it, you will go in here, your folder, you go to downloads, and then you want to unzip it, or did already. So you click on it, then you want to click this right here, extract it again, and then you will get a file looking like this. Let me go, I think it's in here. So when you extract it the first time, it'll give you a folder, then you extract it one more time and it'll give you a next folder, and I think it's in here. Yep, and then this is it right here, right? So this is DDU. You open up it like this, and this is the software right here. You'll need to uninstall your current Lenovo driver or whatever driver you're on to start sideloading the new driver. I'm not gonna do that right now because you gotta go into safe mode before you do all that, right? The safest way to do it is to go into safe mode. I've seen people done it without going into safe mode, and they said everything was good and works perfectly fine for them, but the best way is to go into safe mode, guys, right? All right, so now I need you guys to go into safe mode. You go to settings, then you go to Windows Update, then you go into advanced options. Then in here, if you scroll down, you go into recovery, and then when you get here on the recovery option, you'll see advanced startup, right? So once you click that, you'll be booted up into safe mode, guys. That's it, restart. Next, restart. All right, so when you get here, I just need you guys to go to troubleshoot, then advanced options, then startup settings, then you just gotta hit restart to get into safe mode. All right, so when you're here, if you look, it says right here, if you press 4, you could go into safe mode, right? So now I got a keyboard. If you don't have a keyboard, then you could double tap the screen, and then you get a keyboard right here, and then you could press 4. But since I have a keyboard, I'm just gonna hit 4, and then it'll restart into safe mode. All right, so now that we're in safe mode, the screen is still in portrait mode, so we just gotta change it back to landscape mode, right? So you just go to display settings, and then you just come down to display orientation, and then you can flip it and then hit keep changes, and that's how you do that, right? So now you got that done. Now we gotta go to your files and then head to where DDU, which is in download, right? And down, just go to download and then head to DDU where you download it. So you gotta go to the file that's already extracted. So I think it's in here, and then you gotta go into this folder again, and then here we go. Open it up. So now, right here, you just gotta press this drop down menu, GPU, and it will automatically select AMD, right? So now over here, you're gonna see cleanup and restart, cleanup and do not restart, but you wanna hit cleanup and restart, right? So hit cleanup and restart. You're gonna let it do its thing for a little bit while you clean up your driver, and then you can reinstall the new driver from AMD. I know some people have been having issues whenever they start to load a driver. The system automatically overrides it and put back the original Lenovo drivers, right? So what I've been doing is I go in here into Windows updates, and then I'll do this and pause the update for like 5 weeks. This helps out for me. For some people it don't work, I'm not sure why, but for me, when I do this, it does not update my driver automatically. So you can do this and it should help you out. Some people been writing online saying this doesn't help, but still do it just in case so that you're not overridden, right? Next thing, you could turn off Wi-Fi for now because you don't really need that, so that there's nothing conflicting. It's not trying to download anything or trying to revert back your driver, right? I think this does help as well. So be on the safe side, you can turn it off for now. And then once you get everything up and running, you can turn it back on, right? Next thing is you could go to, so now we're gonna try and install the driver, right? So now you go back to downloads, wherever you download the driver, and this is it right here. And now you wanna try and install it. It's gonna fail, that's regular. Let it run and fail because you needed to create that AMD folder for you so that you could get the files and install it manually. It's gonna go through this process and it's gonna fail. All right, so this is what you want to see. Oops, something went wrong. That's a good sign. So now you can close this out. All right, so once that's done, you want to go to device manager. Should be in here if you've been there already, but if not, you just gotta type it in. Device manager right here. It's gonna open up this screen, and then you're gonna see display adapter, right? Want to click on that. You want to go to drivers. You want to go to update driver, browse my computer for a driver. Then you want to go, let me pick from a list, have disk, and then browse. Then you want to go to this PC, SSD, then the AMD folder right here. You should see an AMD folder because that's why we ran it before, to try and install the driver. When it failed, it's going to create this folder right here. You want to click on that. Then AMD software installer, then packages, drivers, display, WT64, INF. So then when you get here, you're gonna see this INF file right here. It's gonna bring up all your drivers, right? Click on that, click open, then you click OK. Then it's gonna bring up all your drivers in that file, right? So now you wanna scroll down and you're looking for AMD Radeon TM 780M graphics. And this is it right here. So when you see it, just hit next. And make sure you select the right driver, guys, because if you don't, your system might not run properly when you're playing certain games and it might be finicky, right? So AMD Radeon TM 780M graphics. Then you hit next, and hit yes, and now you're gonna let it do a thing for a little bit and install the driver. All right, so once that's done, you get a message like this saying everything is updated and everything was successful, right? So you can close that out, come out of here. So now you want to go back into that folder again, the AMD folder. So you want to go to this PC, SSD, you go to AMD, this folder right here, then you go to packages, drivers, then display, INF folder, and then you're looking for this file. It's a B4 13.13.7. So you're looking for a folder with numbers with it. When you open that up, now you're looking for the ICC file to install the new AMD software. For each AMD driver you install in a newer version, there's a different software you gotta use with that. So now you gotta install that to work with this driver. And this is what you look for, the CCC2 install. So now you press that, hit yes, and now you're gonna let it install the new AMD software for you. Just give it a minute and let it go through the whole process, and do not leave it until it says complete. Do not exit out of it. Do not exit out until you see complete up top. All right, so before I get into the gameplay, let me just make sure everything is up and running properly. So now they open up the AMD software and let's make sure everything is good. Good to skip for now. And then as you see right now, it says 25.3.1. So now you're fully updated, right? Let's go to a game and see AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2 is there. Let's go in here real quick. And right there, so AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2.1, right? So that's it. So everything up and running. So let me just get into the gameplay right now, and then I'll show you guys what's going on, guys. All right, so this is my settings I'll be using for every game that I'm showing you guys. All right, so when you come in here, come down, AMD Fluid Motion Frames 2 is on. So I got search mode and high, and then performance and quality. come down, I got anti-lag on as well. That helps with all those micro stutters and all those little lags you're getting. And radiant image sharpening, I have this around 80, between 80 and 70%, guys. Because this gives you a sharper image and looks crisper and better than how it is if you're not using this, right? On the right side, I'm also going to use integer scaling. You want to enable that, and then also got scaling mode on full panel, right? Next thing too, you can go to settings and go display, and you can also make sure you enable it in here as well. So GPU scaling on, and then full panel as well, and then integer scaling on as well. And this is going to be the settings for every game that I'm playing. You should see the performance and how it's doing, right? Also, what I'm seeing online is the FPS tracker with Lenovo actually works now, even with a sideloaded driver. So let me get into it and I'll show you what's going on. All right, let me show you the settings that I'm rocking. All right, open up the space menu real quick. So I'm got 800p, 144 Hz, on 30 watts, 30 STTP, and then 35 FFTTP, right? Inside the game as well, 800p, motion blur off, graphics, let's turn off FSR. Oh, it's off already, so frame gen is off. Almost everything in low or medium, so that's my settings right here. And let's get into the gameplay real quick. Alright, so right now I'm getting over 100. You do see a little bit of a ghosting even around the FPS track up here. A little bit. Feels a lot smoother, I'm not gonna lie. It feels a little bit smoother. Plus with integer scaling, the graphics is amazing. 107 118. This is the highest I've ever seen on Blockmate Wukong. Yeah, so this is definitely the highest I've ever seen on Blockmate Wukong. Not even with lossless scaling, I've got this much FPS. 120, 121. Let me just go back and make sure I show you guys that it's active. So as you can see, it's on, enabled. So 122, 120. Let me just go back into settings again. Make sure I show you guys that frame gen in game is off as well. So as you can see, it's off. So now it's on. Turn it off. Apply settings, go back. It's off. There's no frame gen on right now, right? There is some type of hiccup sometimes. The graphics, it's still good, but sometimes you do see some type of hiccups with the gameplay. Let's go over here. Guys, saw just now there's a little bit of a glitch just now. And I missed. $143. So this update, guys, is well needed. If you're trying to get the best experience out of your games, AMD Full Motion Frames 2 is the way to go. Definitely the way to go right now. So it looks like just now I just had, when I went back to show you guys, just to double check to make sure frame gen was off. It was on. I had to turn it off just now, so that's why I was getting 140 150. So now it's definitely off. Right, it's definitely off right now. So as you can see, a little bit on the lower side of 116, not getting around 100 and something. So maybe that's why it was glitching just now. I thought I turned it off. It was off, but I guess when I try to show you guys, I turned it off by accident. Turn it on by accident. So now it's off right now, and I'm getting 119, 127 around there. So it's still good, you get me? So probably that's why I was glitching a little bit when I was in combat, because frame gen end game was on as well. But yeah, I'm guessing you can now play them together, because before when you try to use both of them together, it used to glitch out crazy. But it was playable. I was getting around 140 just now. So let me try it again and see. So let me turn it on one more time. So now it's on. Let's save. Let's go back. It's on now. See? Let's go to FSR, apply changes, go back. So now it's on. Alright, so let's see my FPS right now. 168. And it's still a little bit smooth. Sometimes you might get a little bit of hiccups. 161. This is amazing, I'm not gonna lie. This is amazing. So you see the glitch around the FPS tracker just now. 141 as well. So this is an integer scaling all the major features you could put together to get the best experience, guys, out of your game. And it's good even with frame gen in game and AMD full multi-frames 2.1 on. It's just playable. So now let me go to the area where I'm on the flying cloud and see how it's going to perform there. Alright, so now I have AMD full multi-frames 2.1 on plus FSR 3 on in game. So now let's see how it's going to perform here. So this right here is one of the hardest part of the game to run. So it went down to 95. So without no frame gen active, it will be at like 30 something just right now. 78 is the lowest, 77 right now. And this is with both frame gen active right now. It's not really glitching, anything like that. 82, but this is still better than how it was before, guys. I'm not gonna lie, way better. So this is a way to run it if you're trying to get more frame rate, right? So not bad. So you guys could test it out, both frame gen together, and see what happens and see if you like it like that. But as of now, for me, it's not that bad, guys. You get me? 82. When I go back on the ground, it's gonna go all the way back up to 150. So now it's rising back up, 113, 150. See? So right there on the cloud is the hardest part of this game to run. So let me just get into the game. Let me just get into one more game, I think Monster Hunter, and then see how it's gonna perform there as well, guys. Alright, so with Monster Hunter, these are my settings right here. Got most everything on high and some stuff on low. Just gonna show you how much FPS I can get. Right now it's saying 36 right now. Alright, let me just bring down this a little bit, put that on low. Go back, grass, put that on medium. And shadow quality, bring this down a little bit as well. And distance, put that on low. And put this on near as well. And ambient light, put down medium. And let's go back a little bit. Not too far. Let's go back. I got upscaling off, so no FSR, I got it disabled. And let's get into the game and see what's going on. But based off of what I'm seeing online, the in-game frame gen is better than using AMD full multi-frames 2.1 with this game, because this game is a very hard game to run. So let's get into it real quick and then let's see what happens, guys. And just off rip, it's not that great. AMD full multi-frames 2.1 is not that great with this. Right, it's not that great, getting like 12, and also I think I capped the FPS at 30 as well. Let me go into settings real quick and see. Let me uncap the FPS and see what happens with that. Let's put this on uncap. Let's go back. Also same settings, 800p, 30 watts. For an in-game FSR is off as well. Right now I'm getting 44, and this is with frame gen. This is with AMD full multi-frames 2, and it's not playable. Not with this game. Maybe if I bring down the settings, but it's not playable. So let me just disable AMD full multi-frames 2 and see what happens. See, it was active. I'm gonna disable that real quick. Jump back into the game. See, it's a lot better when I disable AMD full multi-frames 2. So that's how you know it was active. 17, 18 FPS right now. Let me enable frame gen in game. Go with FSR 3. right? Let's head back out. Went up to 23. This game is a very hard game to run, guys. You have to bring it down to low, extremely, everything in low to get a good amount of FPS. Next thing is the best other way to play this game as well is with lossless scaling. With lossless scaling works perfectly fine with this game. But I'm not sure FPS, why is this so low? It should be a little bit higher than this. Let me go to my settings one more time and bring down everything to low, right? Let's put that on low. Put this on low. Low. And then turn it off, right? Let's head back and see FPS of 24. Didn't really change. Let's go back in here again. Oh, frame gen was off actually. I didn't turn it on. Let's put FSR 3. Just enable that. Go back. See, now we're at 52, 49. So the best way to play this game is with AMD full motion frames too. So right now I'm getting 42, 43, right? That's with FSR 3. If you bring up the settings a little bit, as you can see before, I brought down most everything, their FPS will drop, right? So the best way to play this game is with FSR 3. But the main thing was for this is that the game runs a lot better with this driver. No crashing, because I used to get crashes with the Lenovo driver that it releases. But for this driver, it works a lot better. Works a lot better, guys. And plus, I have my sharpness up in the AMD app, so the sharpness is a lot better as well. The image look a lot better because I got the image sharpening up. Plus, I got integer scaling on as well, and GPU scaling at full panel, so it looks better than how it would if you didn't have all those stuff on. Right, so that's basically it for now. That's all I wanted to show you guys. Don't really have to get into any gameplay with this game, but I have if you want to see gameplay, I do have a video showing gameplay for it, and that's basically it. So if you like what I'm posting, guys, hit that like button, sub to the channel for more awesome content, guys, and remember what I always say, health is wealth, peace and love. I'm out, guys. Thanks for tuning in.